the sunlight and get something on it, but it's straight back out now onto the right-hand side for Forest Green. So they come forward with Pemberton, and then Mellor back towards McAllister on the edge of the area. Out onto the left-hand side for Biabu. Biabu hits it! It's just wide. Force the throw-in. So it's Moore to take the long one again. It's in towards the front post. Flip back towards the edge of the area by Forest Green. Brindley has it now. Vokins will recycle it all the way back to Baldwin. Baldwin curls it behind, and Blair tried to get something on it. The flag stayed down. And Matt would have get something on it. It's going to be brought down by Jaden Clark. Touched that out well onto the left-hand side for Biabu. Clark's going to get it back towards the byline. Checks back onto his right. Inside the area now. Still going here, Jaden Clark. Lays it back towards the edge. Clark has it back. There's a sea of blue shirts ahead of him. It's going to be stood up towards the back post. It's well defended there by Vokins. Now it's Pemberton. And he's giving it away again. Blair tries to the early ball back. Forest Green still have it. Smoko again, sets his feet, thought about shooting. Instead it's out onto the left-hand side for Biabu. And we'll get a second bite of the cherry here. Biabu plays it back across, and it's an important interception there. As it's floated forwards, up towards Mellor. Needs to get it half clear, and then Saunders back in behind for Blair. Istid had to come out. He looked a yard or so offside there, but the flag stayed down again. Here come Eastleigh with Aguiar, back line. Vokins touched it on. Lundstrom helps it on, and then it's forward towards Blair. Blair checks it back, and that's towards Vokins. Vokins cuts it back. It's Aaron Blair, and it's a brilliant save from Harry Istid, who is absolutely furious with his back line. But he's delighted to make the save. He gets the plaudits. Up for now. Baldwin still back for Eastleigh. So it's Jaden Moore with the throw. He's gained a couple of yards as he leans up against the barrier. That one almost slips out of his hands as he sends it in. It's hooked away by Forest Green. Now here's Jack Baldwin. Just plays that back into the area. Saunders gets something on it, and there's 3 Forest Green players underneath it. It's Saunders, and it's in! And Eastleigh had the lead! And it's Harvey Saunders with his 7th league goal of the season. And the Forest Green players are turning around and looking at each other, wondering how they've let that happen. It was Saunders who got the initial header from the ball in from Baldwin. And there are 3 Forest Green players underneath it. The header clear was a poor one. It fell straight to Harvey Saunders. Didn't get the cleanest of contacts, but he got enough to get it into the bottom corner. And what a crucial lead that is for Eastleigh. 22 minutes gone almost. It's Eastleigh 1, Forest Green Rovers 0. By Mendy. He's looking across to the referee. The referee waves it off immediately. And of course, there was an instance here in the week where after the Townsend red card, Blair was brought down on halfway when he was running through on goal. As that's going to go through now to Clark. He's 1-on-1, and McNamara comes out and blocks it well. Made himself big. It's going to be left for Jake Vokins. So Vokins to deliver. Wecker and Moore both forward. Vokins curled in. It's headed goal, and it's just wide. And it was Ricky Aguiar who got onto the end of it. It's allowed Forest Green to win it back with Jaden Clark. So perhaps a slight defensive mix-up of Eastleigh's there. And towards Nwoko. Nwoko does well to keep hold of it. Plays it back to Kanu. Richard Hill screaming at his players to get up after that was just a slightly loose pass back to Kanu. Biabu looks like it's going to be forced back. He's playing it straight through to Harvey Saunders. It's Harvey Saunders 1-1, and it's 2-0. And Eastleigh have doubled their advantage, and Forest Green, the architects of their own downfall again. And it's Jilly Biabu who tried to play it back to the goalkeeper. The ball was never on. It never had enough legs to get there. He puts his head in his hands. And Eastleigh have gambled every single time when Forest Green have been going back towards their own goal. And it's a critical error from Biabu, the Sheffield United loanee. This one's a better delivery. It's headed on, and it's comfortably claimed by Josh McNamara, who had a wet towards Saunders. Two Forest Green players go for it, and then Tate Campbell chests it down and hooks it over his shoulder. It'll be shielded out for another Eastleigh throw. What a positive first half this has been from Eastleigh. Certainly haven't seen too much of this season, but Forest Green have it back. And now here comes Jaden Clark. Aguilar tries to get a challenge in, but Clark continues. Humphreys thought about sliding in, but instead stands up Biabu. Biabu in towards Mella. Mella's got a shot on goal here, and he's scored, and Forest Green have one back. And perhaps may have spoken too soon there for Eastleigh, because they've just been caught out there. And it's Damani Mella who gets his first goal for the club after signing from Macclesfield. He's been trusted with 5 consecutive starts after signing. Forest Green right back in it, and that will be a sucker blow for Eastleigh towards the end of this first half. It's been such a positive opening 43 minutes or so for them. So, 4 substitutions for Forest Green at the break. Eastleigh 2-1 up. Big 45 minutes ahead for both sides. Mella heads that on. Moore heads it out into the right, and now it's knocked up the line by Knowles, who's going to stride towards the byline. It's Tom Knowles, lays it back towards the edge of the area, and it's swept wide. And what a glorious opportunity that was for an equaliser. Kenyon back to Jaden Clark once more. Moore Taylor now through towards the edge of the area. There's an opportunity. So appeals for a penalty, and it's a penalty kick awarded to Forest Green Rovers. Nick Horton was brought down. It was Moore Taylor with the ball forward towards Horton, who just danced through a couple of players. And it's been a long wait here from McAllister. So Carl McAllister against Josh McNamara. McAllister steps up and he slots it into the bottom corner. And Forest Green have levelled this game up at 2 apiece. Eastleigh are furious, but they've let a 2-goal lead slip. And it was a goal just a minute before the 45 minutes in the first half. Now just 7 minutes into the second half. And their 2-goal lead has been extinguished. Now Tom Knowles. His marauding run down the right-hand side was certainly a factor into the build-up to that goal as well. Sends that forward for Mella. Mella tries to cut it back across, and it's beaten. It's Humphreys, and it was the player at the back post. It was Biabu who was there. Humphreys just lost his footing. Forest Green still have it. They stand it up towards the edge of the 6-yard box. It's going to come through to Knowles now. Knowles hits it! And it was the ball in behind from Roko. He's looking for Biabu. Just slightly too much on it, and Eastleigh can play out from the back now with Oweka. Oweka tries to play that along onto the edge of the area, and Eastleigh lets it run across him, and then Saunders is brought down. The referee has awarded a penalty kick to Eastleigh, and that is another defensive mix-up from Forest Green Rovers. Blair Saunders, they're going to go for Lloyd Humphreys here, who of course was brought on as a first-half substitute for Richard Brinley. There's a few gasps from the crowd, but it's Lloyd Humphreys who steps up, and it's saved by the goalkeeper, and that is a decision that will be highlighted by many. Lloyd Humphreys, a peculiar decision perhaps for him to go and take the penalty over the likes of Blair and Saunders, and it's come back to bite Eastleigh. Now here's McAllister. McAllister hits it, and it's gone in, and it's trickled into the back of the net. It may have taken a deflection on the way through, but McNamara was wrong-footed, and Eastleigh from 2-0 up, just moments after having a penalty saved at the other end, are now 3-2 down. And it's Carl McAllister with his second of the game. And it was a bizarre one, really. It came to McAllister on the edge of the area. It was a left-footed shot, didn't seem to have too much power. Clearance hangs up in the wind, and all Moore can do is head it back to the goalkeeper, McNamara, who can roll out ahead of him. Played forward towards Jaden Moore. Moore's clearance headed up towards Tabor, and now might come for Blair. Blair fires it across the goal. Arrowed out towards Vokins by Jaden Moore. It's a great ball. Vokins with the early ball towards the back post. Humphreys tries to get something on it. Woko clears up towards halfway at Wecker. It's it to Cousins. Cousins turns well. And evades two Forest Green players before playing out onto the right. Lundstrom with the ball in. It's overhead to Tabor. Back now to Josh Lundstrom. And it was on target, but it was a comfortable save in the end from Harry Isted. So Eastleigh, without their biggest and most imposing defender, but a free kick is fired over the crossbar. It was, and time is of the essence now. Headed out of play, and Eastleigh will work it up the line. Opportunity perhaps for the long one. Jaden Moore has got a long throw on him, but they're going to leave it to Baldwin again. Vokins will be the furthest back for the Spitfires. Virtually everyone else in and around the 18-yard box. It's a long throw in towards Humphreys, who helps it on Moore as well. It almost falls for Tabor, and then Forest Green can hack it away. Mellor might get something on it. And now here comes Forest Green on the counter. It's Horton. Mellor's going to join the attack. 2-on-1 with Vokins. Horton's held up by Moore. It's Horton, and it's in. And Forest Green have won it. It's Nick Horton who seals the deal for the visitors. Eastleigh caught on the counter, committing players forward to try and salvage a vital point. They have a 2-on-1 situation with Jake Vokins. Moore recovered, but Nick Horton remains composed and scores a brilliant goal in off the post. Take control of this in its closing seconds. And Eastleigh fall to yet another home defeat. Forest Green Rovers have come from behind after being 2-0 down